What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It's your boy Blue, and this is Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we're checking out High Performance Group's Airbus H145 helicopter, and this time we're checking out the Action Pack, the newest addition to the Action Pack, which is actually the Firefighter variant. Last time around we flew the Emergency Medical Services helicopter, and that was a lot of fun, but now they're adding the Firefighter Pack, the Firefighter extension, all included a part of the Action Pack. So definitely get the Action Pack. There's a lot of really cool variants coming out with that DLC to Microsoft Flight Sim, and I've been enjoying it so far. So let's hop into this helicopter and fight some fires. Alright, if we look at our EFB, we'll go over to the home page and into the new missions tab, and we'll click on missions, and you'll see we have a mission here for begin firefighting. We have a pretty massive wildfire over at Teton Grand National Park over by the lodges, so we got to get over there before it spreads. But go back to mission menu, you can see we have the quick walk around, and we also have connect to scenario editor. So I have the scenario editor open and another screen, and I've created a simple little wildfire. So we're gonna go over there and we're gonna get some water out of the actual Jackson Hole or Jackson Lake over there, and head that way. So let's go ahead and get our takeoff clearance and head north. Jackson Hole Tower, helicopter November 16 Bravo, north departure with November.
Helicopter 16 Bravo, Jackson Tower, north departure approved. Departure on the ramp, be your own risk. Stay east of the runway 100 center line at all time.
Copy, north departure approved. Stay east of the runway center line. Helicopter November 16 Bravo. Alright, we got our takeoff clearance. Well, so we're about, 10, I think 12 miles away from where the fire got called in over at the Teton National Park. And you can actually already see off in the horizon, if I zoom in, you can see the smoke over there and the fire. Wow, that's a pretty big fire. And one thing that's really cool is we go into our EFB and we can see, we can actually go and grab the basket. I think it's under aircraft options and equipment. Nope, I don't know what that does. That's light. That's not what I want. Where's it at? So aircraft and then equipment, and then here's where you can find the what they call the Bambi. So you can click on that, turn that on, and then go look at it down underneath. You can see we're dragging that. It actually does sway in the wind as well, which is really cool. So I'm gonna turn it off for now, and we'll bring it out once we get closer to the fire and over, I think it's called Lake Jackson, I believe. Or Jackson Lake. Alright guys, we are approaching Teton Grand National Park. It's actually a very, very gorgeous, beautiful area out here. I mean, there's some great places for like cabins in the woods and lodging and things like that. I mean, it's just a great place to go on a vacation. I mean, look at the mountains and the views, and you're right here next to Jackson Lake. So we'll be spending some time here, but you can see the black smoke there. It means we do have a fire, and we're gonna have to do our best to see if we can put that fire out. So I'm gonna fly up on it. Flying right over the national park right now. All this green area, all these trees is, I believe, the national park. And wow, look at that. That is a pretty major fire. Lots of black smoke there. You can actually see the flames now billowing out of the treetop. Yep, there it is right there. Wow. Look at that. Oh my god, that is horrible. Like, how did somebody cause such a bad fire?
Salt Lake clearance delivery, JetBlue.
Holy crap. So yeah, we definitely need to go ahead and put that out before it spreads to destroy more of the park and even destroy some of the shelters and lodging areas for the tourists. So good news is we are not far from a massive water source, so plenty of water to help us put this out. But wow, just look at that. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So I'm gonna head over this way.
That's aircraft calling. All I got was JetBlue.
Over towards the water. We're also going to go ahead and get our Bambi out. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm not sure if there's a quick key to do that, but I'd rather just click on the screen. If you also look over on the right, if you are not near a big body of water, you can also get into a hover right above one of these little fire truck pools. and you can actually get water out of that. But I'm pretty confident that takes a lot of precision.
We're going to be disconnecting you from it.
All right, now we are over the water, and let's get our aircraft positioned over the water to get some water in the Bambi bucket. So I'm just gonna kind of get into a bit of a hover just over the water, and we're gonna have to get pretty low for this. It's kind of hard for me to tell how high I am, so if I can get to a position where I can see my shadow, maybe that will be very helpful. Yep, there's my shadow right there. And again, we can get to a bit of a hover and bring it on down. 100 feet. Power, power, power. And you don't have to be in a direct hover. You can just fly right over the water. So I'm gonna stay going. I'm actually gonna go forward here, and we'll try it like this. See what happens. And there we go. We have water in the Bambi. Nice. Now, one thing that you won't notice, but if you're flying the firefighter variant of the H145, once you get water into that Bambi, the helicopter actually gets significantly heavier. I don't know how many gallons or kilos of water it can carry, but it is actually significantly heavy. Has a lot of weight to it, so that's really cool. It actually does affect the flight model. So we'll fly over here and see how much this fire we can put out in one trip. Alright, so we're gonna leave in the lake now, and as we approach the fire and try to get into a good position to give it a bit of a nice low flyover, I think I'm gonna go from right to left here. But the way you release the water out of the Bambi is to basically press the weapon's fire trigger, whatever you've mapped that. So if you've used a military variant and you fired weapons, it's the exact same button. If you don't have that mapped, then you're gonna have to map something to that. The best way to do it is honestly to look into the documentation of the H145, and it explains all different keyboard mappings if you don't have that already mapped. So that's how you release it. You could also click on, there's a button you can press inside the EFB as well, but it's definitely a lot harder to do it that way, so I don't recommend doing it that way. Alright, let's get a bit lower here.
Lost aircraft calling, take it.
And once we drop the water, we'll notice that the helicopter's going to get significantly lighter. So I was going to slowly go over it, and let's see how this looks. That is pretty cool. I love the effects, the water effects, the smoke effects, the fire effects. It's really cool. Now the thing is, that last drop didn't seem to be very effective. I'm not sure if it takes a little bit of time, if it's like a delayed reaction, but that didn't seem very effective at all. And at this rate, it's gonna take quite a long time, I think. But still very cool to have that simulated. And the thing is, the scenario editor. Was it plane flying overs? The scenario editor is actually very easy to use. I thought it'd be, difficult. There's no coding involved. There's no special things, so you can basically create your own firefighting mission anywhere in the world. It could be a house, it could be a forest, it could be a street. You could maybe get real fancy with it. Maybe put like a 3D model of a car somewhere in the world, and then set it on fire. Like you could do a lot of really cool things with it, and it's still in beta. So I'm not sure what all they plan on doing exactly, but I definitely am looking forward to it. I'm hoping that they're able to incorporate the same scenario editor that they use right now with the fire. Hopefully we can incorporate that with the other stuff, like with the HEMS emergency services, being able to place fire trucks and car accidents and things like that. I think it'd be really cool to be able to do. So I'm gonna go back in here and get some more water, and we'll go back and dump it again, and we'll do it a few times and see how we do. Now we got water in the bucket. If you look really closely to the AFB screen, you'll see that we actually are getting a score. It's a total of 312, and we have a score of 153. So maybe that's the way we find out how much of the fire we've actually been able to extinguish. And another thing you can do is you can actually link up with your friends. Like if you can share the scenario with your friends and they put in like the same, I believe, server number or something like that. I haven't actually tried it. And you could actually go in and fight the same fire with someone else and actually kind of co-op with it, which is something I would really love to do. So we'll have to try that sometime in the near future, but I think that it would be a lot more help if we had like 2 or 3 other helicopters flying around doing water runs on this thing right now. So here we come in for our another run. I'm gonna try going a bit slower this time. We went a little fast and I felt like we wasted a ton of water. So I'm gonna start pulling back here on the stick and getting to not a hover, but just a lot slower speed. We're doing about 80 knots just now, which is way too fast to be dumping water.
1186 looks like 13,000. It's going to be as low as I can get you across jocks at that 13,000, then cleared the RNF runway 30 approach.
There we go, much slower. So right above it. Now we're into a hover. And release. Yeah, you can actually, some of the areas that I'm hitting, you can kind of just barely see the fire extinguishing. So I think what the strategy here is going to be, you just kind of hit the same area over and over, instead of like what I'm doing. I'm hitting multiple sides, multiple areas of the fire, but just focusing on one part of the fire and trying to get that extinguished and knocked out. I think that's gonna be the best way to get this fire extinguished. Again, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the whole thing by myself here. It's a pretty massive fire. I think it's gonna take probably a good 10-20 trips to put a fire out of that size. Again, the fire that I created was like the biggest one I could possibly do. So yeah, but I think this is really cool. I really do. I think this is a really cool concept. I've always wanted to have something like this in a flight simulator. We've had a little bit something similar in NeoFly, but not to the same extent. So would love to see this paired with NeoFly missions, and would love to see different kind of missions the community comes up with. And I love it. I love having this purpose with helicopters, the HEMS, the firefighter. All that just really makes flying helicopters even more fun than just flying around doing sightseeing. But yeah, this is a lot. I really like this, really enjoy it. And I mean, the fire obviously could look better, but it's pretty good for, you know, a flight simulator. All right, coming in for another round. Let's see. There it is. Nice. All right. All right, we're gonna RTB and report back to base. Let everybody know what the situation report is, and we'll come back out here and hopefully finish this out with some friends and some co-workers. So back to Jackson Hole we go. All right, here we come. Let's put it on the H. We got this. And put it down. That's good enough for me. Welcome back to Jackson Hole. Let's shut her down. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you, High Performance Group, for letting me give this a quick look at it. I really loved it, really enjoyed it. But until next time, remember you have 3 choices. Give up, give in, give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time. Next video, I'm out.